Yaku, we received an interesting email from one of the employers. It reads as follows. We have an employee who has been acting in a more senior position for 3 months, but unfortunately, we never revised his acting terms or agreement. As a result, he's been in the acting role for a year now, receiving an acting allowance. During this time, his performance did not meet the required standard, but his line manager did not take any action. Recently, the MD requested that this individual be removed from the position due to his unsatisfactory performance. How can we resolve this issue? What should we do?
Okay. Yet again, we'll have to make some assumptions here. We don't have all the facts. I think again, there are two scenarios here. Um, the first scenario is where both parties was well aware that it's an acting position. Um, the employee accepted he was still acting, even though it seems it exceeded the time period it was agreed that he would act. If that is the case, there's nothing preventing the employer from simply transferring him back to his old position. It happens a lot that employees act in a more senior position until a more suitable candidate is found to permanently appoint. The second alternative is if the employee might now claim that because it was for an extended period and for longer than the initial agreed period, he has now actually been permanently appointed in that position. Then we're dealing with a poor work performance issue. And unfortunately, the employer will have to start poor work performance procedures. The downside for the employee in that instance is that the employer may actually dismiss him then for poor work performance. There's no obligation on the employer to demote him back to his previous position. So this employee might have to think carefully about which option he would like to exercise.
With the fact that he's been receiving an acting allowance, also changed the view that he was not employed permanently, but more on a temporary basis with the acting allowance.
Yeah, that
Then
will certainly strengthen the position or the argument of the employer to show that he was being paid an acting allowance and that the employer was well aware of that, to prove that it was still in the acting capacity.